What if most side hustles fail in just 30 days? This happens to thousands of people across America every month. They start with lots of hope and big, exciting plans, but reality hits them hard within the first 30 days. The main reason is they make things too complicated fast. They also face hidden money problems they did not expect. Your brain tricks you into thinking success comes very easy. Social media shows only the fun parts of side hustles. It hides all the boring work and daily struggles involved. You see people making money and think it looks simple. Starting a side hustle takes real daily effort and time. Most people quit when the first small problems appear quickly. They feel overwhelmed by every task they need to finish. Fear of looking bad stops people from trying very hard. You worry about what friends will say about your idea. This fear makes you stop before you even get started. You get excited and want to do many things right away. You start too many projects because excitement feels so good. Spreading yourself too thin leads to burnout in just weeks. Most side hustles fail because people spread themselves too thin. You spend hours building a website before you find customers. You waste time learning apps instead of finding paying customers. You sign up for too many apps and get confused very fast. Too many apps cause confusion and waste your time fast. You spend more time learning tools than doing the real work. You spend too much time making things perfect before selling. This overcomplicating creates immediate burnout and stops your progress fast. The gap between idea profit and actual cash flow kills dreams. You forget about costs and wonder where the profit has gone. Forgetting costs makes you wonder where the profit has gone. You walk dogs to earn extra money in your area.
You buy a leash and treats before you walk any dogs. You spend money on supplies before you earn any cash. You feel excited on day 1, but tired by day 10. You ignore small daily tasks and hope for big results. You expect quick money, but real growth takes more time. You try to please every customer and lose your focus fast. You drive for deliveries but forget to track gas costs. You bake cookies but spend too much on fancy packaging. You sell items online but forget shipping costs eat profits. Your motivation drops fast when results do not come quickly. You compare your start to others who seem successful now. You feel like a failure after just one bad day. You stop showing up when the first week feels too hard. You let fear of rejection keep you from asking for sales. You avoid checking your money because you fear bad news. You dream big but skip the small daily money steps. You quit when friends ask why you still have no profit. You feel overwhelmed by every little choice you must make. You burn out from trying to be perfect right from day 1. You sign up for 5 apps and feel lost right away. You build a logo for hours instead of finding one customer. You research every tool but never start the actual work. You make a fancy website before you have anything to sell. You watch videos on success but skip doing the real tasks. You plan every detail for weeks and never take one action. You buy expensive supplies you do not need for month 1. You try 3 side hustles at once and finish none of them. You spend money on ads before you know what works. You complicate every step and create stress from the beginning. You earn $20 but spend $30 on gas and supplies. You see the money coming in but forget all the costs. You think profit is the money you earn before expenses. You forget the time you spend is also a real cost. You drive for hours but never count the miles you used. You buy ingredients for cookies but never track what you spent. You get paid, but the money goes out faster than it comes. You feel rich on payday but poor after paying all bills. You ignore small leaks that drain your cash every single day. You never write down what you earn and what you spend. You start the month with hope and end with empty pockets. You promise yourself to track money but never open the notebook. You hide from the real numbers because they feel scary. You celebrate small sales but forget the big costs behind them. You think more customers will fix the money problem fast. You add more work but never check if it makes profit. You buy more tools hoping they will solve your cash issues. You work longer hours but still see no extra money left. You feel the gap between dream profit and real cash flow. The first 30 days decide if your side hustle lives or dies. Most people quit in week 2 when excitement starts to fade. You must survive week 1 by keeping every step very small. You must survive week 2 by tracking every single dollar. You must survive week 3 by saying no to extra ideas. You must survive week 4 by doing the same tasks daily. Small, consistent actions beat big plans that never get done. One customer today is better than 10 you never reach. One notebook entry today beats a perfect plan you never use. One small sale today beats dreaming about big money tomorrow. You open a simple notebook and write every expense right away. You write the gas cost after every delivery shift you finish. You write the treat cost after every dog you walked today.
You write the flour cost after every batch of cookies you bake. You check your notebook every night before you go to bed. You add up what came in and what went out each day. You see the real number and know if you made profit. You catch small leaks before they drain all your cash. You learn what works and what wastes money in real time. You adjust fast instead of waiting until the month ends. You start with one simple task and finish it before adding more. You walk one dog well instead of promising 5 dogs today. You bake one batch of cookies instead of planning 10 flavors. You deliver to one neighborhood instead of driving all over town. You sell one item online instead of listing 20 things at once. You focus on one hustle and give it your full attention. You say no to new ideas until the first one makes money. You keep your system so simple a teenager could run it. You avoid every app that promises fast riches without work. You pick one notebook and one pen and start tracking today. You treat your side hustle like a real business from day one. You show up even when you do not feel like working. You do the boring tasks because they keep money flowing. You celebrate small wins like finishing your notebook entry today. You learn that survival comes before any big success story. You accept that the first month is about not quitting. You accept that real profit comes after you cover all costs. You accept that simple beats fancy every single time. You accept that daily tracking beats guessing about your money. You accept that one focused hour beats scattered 5 hours. You walk the dog and write the cash in your notebook. You bake the cookies and count the ingredient cost right away. You drive the delivery and note the gas cost before you sleep. You sell the item and subtract the shipping cost immediately. You check the notebook and see if today made real profit. You adjust tomorrow based on what the numbers told you today. You keep going even when the numbers look small at first. You build the habit of simple tracking before you scale anything. You survive the first 30 days by staying small and steady. You build real cash flow by knowing every dollar that moves. You avoid burnout by saying no to every extra complicated step. You avoid confusion by using only one notebook and one pen. You avoid hidden costs by writing them down the same day. You avoid quitting by focusing on just one small task daily. You avoid disappointment by expecting slow growth in the beginning. You avoid overwhelm by keeping your daily list under 5 items. You avoid money leaks by checking your notebook every single night. You avoid failure by treating week 1 like a test month. You avoid the gap by knowing profit only after all costs. You avoid burnout by resting when the work is truly done. You start tomorrow with one notebook and one simple task. You pick one side hustle idea and commit for 30 days. You walk one dog or bake one batch and track the money. You write every cost the same day it happens without fail. You check your notebook every night and see the real picture. You adjust one thing based on what you learned that day. You keep everything so simple you never feel overwhelmed again. You build the habit that helps you survive the first month. You see small profit appear after you cover every single cost. You feel proud because you did not quit like most people do. You now know why most side hustles fail in 30 days. You now know the friction that kills motivation and cash flow. You now know the bloat that wastes time and creates burnout. You now know the gap between dream profit and real money. You now know how to strip away the complicated parts fast. You now know how to track every dollar with one notebook. You now know how to start small and stay consistent daily. You now know how to survive the first 30 days with ease. You now know the unglamorous steps that actually create success. You now know the simple path most people never try. Your cartoon friend in the video starts with one dog and one notebook. Your cartoon friend tracks every treat and every mile without fail. Your cartoon friend says no to 5 apps and keeps it simple. Your cartoon friend survives week 1 and feels proud every night. Your cartoon friend avoids burnout by finishing one task at a time. Your cartoon friend sees real cash flow after 30 simple days. Your cartoon friend proves that small steps beat big, complicated plans. You can copy your cartoon friend and start your own simple path. You can survive your first 30 days with one notebook and focus. You can build real profit by tracking every dollar that moves. You can avoid the traps that kill most side hustles fast. You can feel proud when you check your notebook every night with small, consistent actions. You can grow steady when you keep every step small and clear. You can succeed where most people quit in the first month. You can start today with one notebook and one small action. Keeping side hustles simple helps you survive the first month. You check notebook every night before bed to track progress. Start tracking every dollar in a notebook starting today immediately. You write every expense in your notebook every single day. Subscribe now for simple tips and start your hustle today.